so no, as young people, we're always like, I want to be like you. No, you can't be like me. You have to build your way up to be who you want to be, or where you want to be. So you can't be like me. Yeah.
Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Mwenye Monday, and today we'll do a leadership nugget because we want the last segment to always be a leadership segment out of the series. And here having an amazing conversation with Ishmael. And maybe where I'd want you to start is first tell me how you got into Lion's Den, and then maybe this relationship you said that you've kept consistent for the last, is it 10 years? Because that's leadership. Leadership is holding the right relationships right and true, and I think sometimes that's lost on the young people. Sometimes we want to replace that person as a leader. We want to overtake them, not knowing it's taking them time to get there, and not maintaining that relationship. So if you could touch those two subjects. And also leadership is about your meeting your amazing wife and your children, and how that has been. And I think also in your story, how you've been a leader at home, because I think you've been a leader in your home.
Yes. So yeah, so Dan, Dan, I met him over 10 years ago, and he's the person who gave me my first job as a set runner. The first
set runner.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
And over the years, he's been giving me so many opportunities. So many opportunities. Back to back. Sometimes, sometimes I fail him. Sometimes, I still have to come back. But what has kept...
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Sometimes you fail him, then you have to come back.
Yeah, I have to come back and say sorry, because you see, the thing is, no one is perfect, and so it doesn't mean when you go wrong once, that's not you. That's something we are all humans to error. So you have to keep trying.
And I think it's to own up to it, because we're also talking to the young people.
Yeah, there's also...
It's to own up to it and come back and say, I made this mistake, instead of just running away and shutting off that person.
Yeah, so you never shut your bosses off. And when there's a saying, they say, when they tell you to jump, ask how high before you ask why. You can jump, then ask why. So that's what I've been trying to do for years, and I think that's what has kept us so close. And we've turned into a family. And one thing I also need young people to know is, in spite of maybe getting the big jobs, I also do a lot of free jobs.
You do a lot of free jobs? A lot of free jobs. That's a good one, Ishmael.
A lot of free jobs.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of free jobs. In fact, a very good example is recently, that one I'll talk because it's out there. So recently he called me, Dan called me and told me, Ishmael, you need to come. I have a friend who has a campaign and they're trying to supply food during this COVID season to the most vulnerable families in the slums. So, and he told me this one is a pro bono job. Then I didn't respond to him, and because it was message, I didn't respond to him. So it's like, he called. He always like, after 2-3 messages, he'll be like, I'm calling you. Then he called me and like, Ishmael, why are you trying to behave like this? I'm like, no, Dan, I just got home now. What are you saying again? So of course, we agreed I'm gonna show up and do that. And I went and shot it, and the following morning we had two influencers post it. One is called Professor Amo and Jemutai from Churchill. They posted it, and within 6-8 hours, the team package that actually supplying food had raised over almost 600,000 Kenyan shillings to actually feed the families.
Wow, that was good.
And they've been doing that for a month without any help. So, you see, in spite of me not getting paid, I'm still trying to do free jobs to also make people be aware of this
to
situation
position them, to create awareness,
so
to get more people, more eyeballs on what they're doing and more support.
So I have to do so many free jobs also for me to get the big jobs. So now, as young people, we're always like, I want to be like you. No, you can't be like me. you have to build your way up to be who you want to be, or where you want to be. So you can't be like me. And so we forget during that process, there's a ladder you have to climb, and the situations in there include, you doing free jobs, you doing free gigs, you doing even low-paying jobs for you to get the biggest jobs, because you're not defined by the job that you did a while ago. You're as good as your last job. Yeah. Okay. So you have to keep doing stuff. Yeah, and it gives you opportunity. You never know who you'd meet. You never know. And open the door for it's funny how I've met so many people during this. The most free jobs, I think, are the people the most free jobs are the jobs I've eventually come to realize that I've met so many people who, in return, gave me some big opportunities. So they open other doors. They open more doors for that. Okay, so that's a good one. So you've maintained this amazing relationship with Dan. When you go wrong, you go back and say, I'm wrong, and you continue. And you've also been able to do free jobs. So it can't just be always about being paid. And you can imagine this time, you want to get paid because you want to meet your bills and everything, but God will meet them. He will definitely meet them somehow. So it's been amazing, and he's one cool guy, and he always tells me off. I think he's the only one who kind of tells me off completely. And it can break me down for like two days. It's okay, you'll be fixed. And you shall shake yourself. So he always breaks me. He tells me. And never, when I send him something that I've shot, if he says, okay, it's very good. It's very good. It's very, like, it's international standard. When he doesn't reply, please, amen. When he doesn't reply, it's very good also. It's also very good. But when he starts to reply, oh my God, you can even switch off your phone because of the feedback that you don't want. You must receive the feedback. He tells you like point blank, but that's what you need to become better. Also it's with the years that he can actually be able to tell me that. And I can also accommodate that. But I think that's important, because many of us, we don't want to be told. No, we don't. We don't want to be told when we're wrong. We don't want to be told where we can improve. And how are you going to become better? And he's earned, I've been reflecting on the statement that I think Bishop T.D. Jakes says it, but other people say it as well, that you need to earn the right to speak. So he has earned the right to speak. Even into your life, he's earned the right to speak. It's like, even for me, I really understand that scripture where God says, you don't discipline those who are not your sons. Me, if it's none of my business to tell you, why would I tell you? I'll just stand where I am and watch you. But if you're my son, hey, I must start with you properly, because I know that bit. I must, because how will I explain the future? How will I let you keep going in that way that you're going, and that is not right? And I think it's important to submit ourselves to people like that. I mean, even I'm submitted, There's somebody who will tell me, that's not right, Pastor Angie, don't do that. You can't do this, because we all need that. We need somebody who is guiding you and telling you, who knows more than you. And you're not the one who knows everything. It doesn't matter, because now, actually, even the attitude you could have taken is, I've gone to Hollywood, I've won an award. What are you telling me? Have you gone to Hollywood? He still bashes me the same way he did like years ago. So it's part of growth. And he's not moved by your accomplishments and your the things that you have achieved in life. In fact, one time he told me, after the Hollywood, he told me, by the way, now you won't come say hi to me because you've been to Hollywood. You've been to Hollywood. I'm coming tomorrow. Don't overtake the teacher. So I went there and said hi. But always, also when I'm out of the country, I try, bring him gifts and stuff, because it's always, if it was not for him giving me the first job, he gave you the first opportunity. I couldn't have identified myself to this point. And maintaining relationships is very important. It's very important. Also, the thing about him bashing me, it's not because he hates me. No, he wants to make you better. So young people should know that, it's not like when someone tells you the truth, you're supposed to run away and he hates you. I don't think it's that. And I think also like parenting, because parenting is hard when children become older. And then for some reason you think it's because your parents don't like you. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. First of all, they've been there, done that. They have the T-shirt and the DVD. They have all packaged
package.
Package.
They have it. So when we're trying to tell you something, it's because we've been there.
Yeah.
We've experienced it and we don't want you to experience it. I know even, it's like when you share with me some of your stories, I'm like, oh, Ishmael, it's not only you. My children, I'm like, Father, please, they can't go through this, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes even when I go before God to pray for my children, God will tell me, you don't want them to go through the process? I'm like, no, bring it to me. Me, give it to me. I'll take it. I'll go through it, but they can't go through it. But then he will always tell me like a good father, no. That process, that painful process is what has made you who you are.
Yeah.
So even them, they have to go through. Now I've started pleading for mercy, lessen the pain, make it quickly. May they get the lesson quickly. Oh, Father, please. Because you are like, hey, I don't want you to learn that lesson.
So
I don't want you to learn the lesson the way I learned it, yeah?
Sure.
So I'm trying to cushion you.
Yeah.
But all the things that we've gone through are to make us better people.
Yeah.
And that person has to be there to guide you.
Yeah, they're just sharpening us for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the better version of us. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's very, very important.
Yeah.
So how did you get into Lions Den?
So yeah, so he's on watching.
He's the same one.
Yeah, he's on.
May the Lord bless him.
It's called Quite Bright Films. It's the same company that does Lions Den, Bake Off, the baking show. It does a couple of shows, but those are things are the major ones, and also most of the
yeah, because I saw your name in the lights.
Yeah.
Because it's gone on. Did I see something that it's gone on to Netflix? Is that no?
It is on Netflix.
So it's on Netflix. So your name is in the lights
Netflix,
there.
Yeah.
Ishmael Azeli.
Hallelujah. We still want to count how many times it's gonna appear there.
Wow, but that's good, isn't it? And then
so,
you even worked on that project with Winnie.
Yeah. So he when he got this job as a company, of course. And he had to call me. The producers had to call me up for the camera, one of the camera operators, and we always have fun doing these things. Sometimes, actually, most of the times. So it's always a privilege to be on these sets and also to get to learn more. So we shot, and then it's been years. Just the other day I was just chilling and someone texted me, Ishmael, just check up on Netflix. I think I've seen Lions Den. So I went on Netflix and checked it. I was like, oh. Then he texted me immediately after Dan texted me like, you haven't seen your name on Netflix? Like, what do you mean? I had to go and check.
That is amazing.
And I was so shocked, but it's something as a filmmaker, it's goals. You know how people say, oh, body goals or what goals? That is a goal. Like for you to have your name. It doesn't matter what you're doing on that set.
Part of a team because they're all different.
Yeah, just be there.
But
you're
there and your name is there.
Yeah, that's you. When you pitch something to a client, you say, hey, but there I was also part of the show. That is on Netflix. So that part you don't mention it because maybe you're serving tea or you're doing something. It's still, an achievement of you being there.
But now your name is there in the credits.
So it's there, and he's happy, and we are all happy that this has come this far.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah. So
and how did you meet
and to
Winnie?
many more.
Amen. How did you meet Winnie?
Winnie, we met in Nairobi Aviation, on the corridors of Nairobi Aviation, and she was a class behind, and so of course we had to vibe on the corridors, and one time we met actually inside a studio, inside the school studio, and things went quite fast, and with no time, I think she was already my wife. Because I think also there's a thing about God putting people
together.
Putting people together and in your ecosystem, so you can actually see them and interact with them more.
It's true.
So it's been a journey that we've worked together as a family. We have
and she's walked with you through the hard times.
Through the hard times.
You sent me a picture of your first house. I almost fainted.
It's really
I was
beautiful,
like,
right?
hey, it's very beautiful. But you see, yet again, I was like, Father, surely you cannot do this to the children. This is what you want to the children. But that house, I'm going to save it, and maybe one day I'll even print it. Because when I looked at this is where you came from, Ishmael, to who you are, and on your way to whoever God is making you, then everybody and anyone can make it.
Anyone can make it. This life has a way of putting people together and aligning into your destiny. So you shouldn't be afraid of going for it.
And taking opportunities, because I remember when we met, I'm not going to share all your secrets, but when we met, you were unwell, but there was a job, and you were debating whether to come or not to come.
Sure.
But you came. And then you shot. But the other thing is that you stood. Hey, Ishmael. I was there, you know, after we have an event, we have a debrief, we laugh about what didn't work, what didn't work. We just, you know, like distress.
Yeah, distress.
And you were standing there. And then I said, what does this young man want? When I heard what you wanted, I almost collapsed in a heap of drama. But I'm so grateful that you came to that event. Yeah. And I'm so grateful that we got to know each other.
Yeah, it's been amazing, Mom, knowing you. You know, it's people you meet. There's some people you meet in life, and your vibe changes and your destiny changes. And also, you know, you've been a destiny helper in so many ways. It doesn't matter if it's in money wise or in spiritual wise. For me, I always see you as all rounded to me. So it's an amazing experience to have met you. And immediately when I was about to give up,
life changed.
Life changed. Yeah, and that's what's true, and that's what.
And for me, because that's also important in leadership, that you need to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. First of all, for me, my pattern is once I feel I don't want to go, that is when I gather everything to go. Because the places where I felt I don't want to go, when I go, I find my breakthrough. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is what the enemy was trying to prevent. And by the way, thank you for saying the things that you have said. I know you have not been paid to say them. So
no, I've not been paid, by the way.
You have said them from the heart, and that is relationship. And I always thought, well, that's my purpose. And it makes me happy because I'm also able to fulfill my purpose through many of you, through the many sons that God has given me, both male and female. Because in the spirit there's no gender. So God has given me sons, and they some have become mature sons, some have become mature sons and gone on to do other things, which is also part of process and part of life. We like to hold on to people, but you can't hold on to people. You let them go, and you equip them with what you're equipping them with, and then they go, and that's very important. But for me, the only one secret I'll share is when I met your mom. You know, your mom, she didn't say a word to me. She just cried. So I was like, Ma. She just wanted to see me, and she just saw me, and she wept. And from there, I was like, Kwani. Now from there, I went to Azeli and God like, what is that? But that was a very powerful communication moment. She didn't have any words to say. She just wanted to see me, and all she did is cry. So I knew from whatever it is that God had done, it was a big thing, and we shall leave it at that.
It was, Mom. You know, it's there I've said, like, you know, you meet people in life and everything changes, and the way you had maybe perceived the life, everything just goes down to shifts and becomes something that, you know, you couldn't even have imagined. We're always thankful for you, Pastor Angie, you know.
Thank you.
God has used you in so many ways to impact our lives in different ways. Very different ways. So you can never tell how, you know, some people you meet and you understand why you actually
met them. Even later.
Because even when I met you, it stayed a while before I actually reached out to you as well. So, but every time I got this call, I got this, you know, voice telling me, you know, please, you have to contact Pastor Angie. And then it was such a process to get through you, but I thank God that I maintained the process. You know, I pushed. I pushed till I got an appointment. You got the door.
And so it's important.
It's very important. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to give up in between the process and the, you know, because that's where people go wrong, and especially during this season that we are living in, people should be able to, you know, keep pushing, whatever the reason. Don't choose what to do.
Do everything and anything that's going to get you through the door.
I do personally, I do almost everything. I can, like, I know how to do carpentry, I know how to do, I know how to do.
You built that house.
I built. So I literally know how to do everything. And doesn't that make me any of less than I am, you know. Amazing. So it's all about not even choosing what you're supposed to do. Just be a leader on your own space, and then everything else.
Because you took the photos when nobody was visiting you, instead of saying, well, shit, they have refused to visit me, you picked the camera, you took pictures, and you got their pocket money. Very good. You know, you went looking for weddings. You didn't say nobody's asking me to come and do their wedding. You went in a matatu, looked for the wedding, went there, did the pictures, did it. You know, so it's just about doing. It's about you got on the set with your suit.
Yeah.
And you were told these are the cables, here they are, and you did it.
And I did it.
Yeah, so it's about doing and moving and progressing. Every time I tell people I used to wash public area toilets and hotel rooms, they tell me I'm crazy. They say I'm mad. Every time when I'm in a hotel, I must encourage the room steward. I tell them, do you know I used to do this work? They tell me no. I said, yes, I did. I said, come, let's even go to the bed. I show you how to make a mitre corner. Shall we make it? I make it. They stand, they say, really? I said, yes. I was a room steward. These are the rooms I used to clean. I used to clean public area toilets. I remember once on a Christmas day in the UK crying as I washed the toilet. But because, and you see our development is from far.
Yes.
Let me tell you, that toilet, you can eat inside it. If you give me a job to do, it must shine, be bright. I must go over the top. I must do everything. I mean, even when I cleaned hotel rooms, they would tell you these kind of people don't give tips. Those people give me a tip every day.
Every day.
Because that room, you'll know it has been cleaned. You will know that this room has been cleaned. I don't do anything halfway. Everything I do, I give it my all, and I do it with excellence. But that was a training that God was training me because of even where I was going. Yeah, it's a leadership thing. I don't attempt things and do them halfway. I do everything all the way. And that is a trait that we need.
But that's the thing, Mom. So you sacrificed for people. You know what I mean? Like you the things you did, some people maybe you've met along the way could have done them, but
maybe they chose not to.
Yeah. Or since you already done them, God just directed them to you.
Thank God, that's a good one for me.
So you see, so God directed them to you, so they couldn't, so they shouldn't do it. So
they shouldn't go through the things that I did. You see, I'm always praying for mercy. I'm like, boy, have mercy on the children. But then the other one, just to bring it into context, I wanted to say was that my role is to draw potential out of people. That's my gift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My gift is to see something that you cannot see in yourself, but me, I can see it clearly. And then now the fight begins, the wrestling begins, because I'm gonna get it out of you.
That's what Mama, I've seen.
And then I have to get it out of you.
I've seen it.
And then once I get something out of you, there's more. So now I'm also after the more.
After the more.
I'm after the more. This one has to become better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my purpose, my gifting, and that's what God has allowed me to do, and I love it when I do it.
Amen.
I really do. So you're one of my proteges. I'm so grateful. And you see also there's Dan. You see, there's nothing that I can do by myself. Dan is there showing you different things. Life is showing you different things. Your parents are showing you different things. Our Pastor Angie is coming to your life to show you different things.
I was in a really bad state, Mom, when
we met.
When we met.
But I didn't know.
I was crashing. I was crashing. It was, I think because I wasn't feeling well that day, I was actually depressed. And after I came to know after that it was actually depression. But you see, after that, and then after the prayers, you know, a lot happened in between. And my life changed. My life has never been the same again. You know, most people refer me to as Mr. International. I've never understood why. Recently, I was applying for a press card. I got a foreign correspondence.
Really?
I'm always getting like foreign correspondence thing. I'm why?
They're drawing out purpose. Something is drawing out. Now you see, when you've given me now a direction for them more. Now I'm gonna be after you. In foreign correspondence, we have to make it work. But that's amazing.
Yeah. So it's all in God's purpose to align you to your calling. But
God has shown you a lot of favor, Ishmael.
A lot, Mom, a lot. Even
favor.
during this time, like people, no one has work.
You have work.
I
remember calling, because I was calling people to check what's happening, and I was starting with the media people.
Exactly.
You know, and I remember I was really worried, and I was like, no, Ishmael, are you telling me the truth? Are you okay? Do you have everything? Do I need to come? And you were saying that you, by the grace of God, you have work to do.
I am. I've been working.
Amazing.
I've been working it, and it's God's favor, and you know, and through tapping, you know, we tap grace through people you meet also, and one of the people that I've tapped a lot of grace from, it's you.
Yeah.
You know, a spiritual grace, spiritual favors, spiritual Godspeed, you know, as I like calling it. So it's all that combined, and you know, and favor becomes sufficient.
Yeah. Amen. And we thank you so much, Ishmael.
Thank you, God.
And I must say also by serving, gosh, we need to finish this video, but serving is something that your generation needs to understand.
Yeah.
Because I remember even when the Bugatti came, you know that film, I always call it a Bugatti, I don't know what it is. What kind of, don't even say. When that camera came, you were so interested in it arriving to first film my first service. You know? So you're always there. When I say, Ishmael, I need this. You know, sometimes even other people will say, Mom, Ishmael is too busy. Right now he has 5 jobs that he's big. I say I don't care whether he has 15. Ishmael, nimesema, divide yourself. This is what I need. But you always deliver what I need. It's always other people who tell me, "Ay, Mom, Ishmael now is I said, which international? This is what I need." But you'll always be there. So I think that's also important to find a place to serve. You might not even, I think what Ishmael has just said, you might not even be in a position to speak to the leader, but you can tap into the grace. If you've seen there's a grace in that place, then you just do what you do, because God is in the business of blessing people. That's what he does. You just need to connect to a grace. You need to serve, because then also for me, there's a pattern. People who serve, there's a lot of, and I'm sure other people have it as well. A lot of breakthrough comes in your serving, you know, that in spite of going to Hollywood, you didn't become too big for your boots and say, who is that pastor? Why is she calling me? Ati mama masema, no attitude. You know, we keep doing what we're doing, and God will keep blessing you. But, you know, there's a way that you have to serve. There's a way that you have to tap into the grace. You don't even have to know the person you're talking to. You just be there and get what you're getting from that place. And understand, have an understanding that I'm here serving because I need to connect to this grace.
I need to connect. So most of the things I do, they're all, as I said, I don't get paid so much. Most of the gigs I do. So sometimes I just do a gig because I see there's something that I've been called to it or to do, and I just go there because, you know, I need to be there. I need to be in the right space at the right time with the right people, doing the right thing. Amen, Ishmael.
God bless you. I hope you've been encouraged. Go out there and try. There's so many nuggets in those videos. Share them with your nephews, nieces, people, young people that you're not able to get through. Send them Ishmael's story. They like such stories. Send them the story. Spread the word. Let them learn from his story. There's so many things they can glean and they can learn. And then we know that this country belongs to us. It belongs to us. It's ours. We are here. We were born here. It is ours. So we've got to make it work. Despite all the different, difficult, hard things. I'm not saying that trying to do anything in this nation is easy, but you have to try, because if somebody else has succeeded, you can succeed as well. And that's why we have this Mwenenchi Monday segment. God bless you greatly. And bye. Ishmael, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you.